Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Kim. I'm really glad you're here. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I talk mostly about technology and gig apps. Today I'm going to be talking about cherry picking. This is a topic that I think could be useful for a lot of people. How to pick the best offers. Before we get started, I just wanted to ask you to please subscribe, and if you enjoy this video, please click like. I would appreciate that. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, let's get started. Let's dig in. Okay, what is cherry picking? Well, most people know what it is, but basically cherry picking is a term used when a gig worker, food delivery person, grocery delivery person, whatever, sits and waits for the best offers while declining the lower offers. Pretty straightforward there. Why I cherry pick? Well, personally, I want to make money. It's as simple as that. If I'm out there doing deliveries, I want to make as much as I can. I want to waste my time doing $4 and $5 deliveries. I can typically do 3 deliveries in an hour. So I want those to be at least $10 each. That way I get $30 an hour. If I took 3 $4 deliveries, then I would only make $12 an hour, which to me, sorry, it's just not worth my time. So this is my own strategy that I'm sharing. This is my own opinion. You don't have to agree with me. I hope you learn something that will help you make more money by watching my strategy and how I do it. Okay, so this is how I cherry pick. It may differ from person to person. This is, like I said, purely my opinion and my strategy. So here we go. Here's some offers to illustrate my point. Okay, so here's a horrible offer. It's 10 miles from where I am, 8 miles back to the food area. The total offer shown is $8.50. Number of items, 3. Restaurant pricing on a scale from 1 is the cheapest to 3 is the most expensive. This is a 1. It's probably fast food. Restaurant efficiency, 1 to 5. This is the lowest. This is the highest. So they're kind of slow. So fast food, that's maybe not so fast. So this is not a good offer. This is an offer I would never take because you're driving a total of 18 miles for this $8.50, and it's going to take a long time, and you're probably not going to get more. There's probably not a hidden tip here. Here's a bad offer. 8 miles from where I am, 6 miles back to the food, $8.50 the same offer, 3 items. Now this is a little bit more expensive restaurant, and they're a little faster, so this is a little better. Instead of going 18 miles, now you're going 14 miles. Still not great, but better than this. Here is an okay offer. So you've got 3 miles from where I am, 1 mile back to the food area, $8.50. In my head, I was saying that this was actually the same restaurant. So $8.50, 3 items, the same restaurant pricing and the same restaurant efficiency. So the only difference here is the mileage. You're going 4 miles instead of 14 miles. So this is a good offer. This is one that could be done pretty quick. The restaurant's efficient. And it might have a hidden tip, maybe not, I don't know. But you're going a lot fewer miles, and it's going to take you a lot less time. And this is what I consider a good offer. 1 mile from where I am, 1 mile back to the food, $8.50, okay, decent. 3 items. This is a more expensive restaurant, and the restaurant's really fast. So to me, this one's going to probably have a hidden tip and be worth more than $8.50. Because it's at an expensive restaurant, this restaurant is fast, so even if there's no hidden tip, I'm going to get done with this quickly. If I'm only driving a mile, they're going to be done. The food's going to be ready when I walk in there, etc. And these are all things you learn when you learn your market, and this is important. And also the mileage. So it may say it's 3 miles away, but if it's 3 miles away down a road that every block has a stop sign or a stop light, that 3 miles could take you a very long time. So by knowing your market, you know how long it's going to take you to get from point A to point B. So that's a huge thing. Okay, so let's move on here. How long will it take? How far will it take? Will it take you away from the restaurants? And what's your earning potential? So these are the 3 main questions I ask myself when I look at the offer. Okay, so I'm going to show you, excuse me, some examples. Okay, so these are some bad offers that I received yesterday. So this is a Walmart Okay, it's kind of chopped off, but basically it's 3 orders for $15 and 6.6 miles. So that means each one is $5. 6.6 miles, duh. I'm never going to take a Walmart ever, but especially not one like this. And it's delivering all over the place. They're not next to each other. They're kind of scattered. I didn't keep the pictures of the maps on because I just didn't, you don't know my area, so it wouldn't make any sense to you. But this kind of offer, I don't think they tip. There's hidden tips on these Walmart offers. They says on the thing that they could tip you, up to 25 days later or something. That's what it says right here. May add tips up to 25 days later or something like that. Who's going to add a tip? Nobody's going to. Regardless, I'm not going to go sit at Walmart, and I've picked up my own groceries there back during, when the pandemic was in full force, and I sat there for, 45 minutes, and they never came out with my groceries. I finally canceled the order. So I don't even know how long it would take to wait for them to bring out 3 orders and put them in your car, and then you got to drive all over the place to deliver them. Go, upstairs to apartment buildings, whatever, who knows. You don't know what the items are. I don't know. Too many unknowns for me. It's not happening. Okay, next one. This is McDonald's, 3.3 miles for $4.75. This restaurant's actually usually quick. This was also delivering to a very confusing condo complex. I would never take a $4.75 order anyways, but especially not to this condo complex. Even if it was $14.75, I probably wouldn't take it. The numbers are not in order. There's no place to park. It's very stressful to go there. Anyways, yeah, $4.75 not happening. I'm getting out of my car for $4.75. Here's another one, even worse. Taqueria, I guess it's Taqueria El Tapadio. 2.6 miles for $3.75. So basically this person did not tip. All you're getting is the base pay. This restaurant can take a long time. But, it is early. Not really that early, 12:30. That's peak lunchtime. I don't know why I put it's early. It's not early. That's peak lunchtime. So you're going to be sitting there for a long time waiting for this food, and you're going to get $3.75 for going 2.6 miles. It's going to a normal neighborhood, but who cares? That's a hard decline. Now this one is 20 miles, okay? Going for $18. This one is delivering to Malibu. So, this restaurant is usually a quick pickup, no big deal there. $18 sounds like a good amount of money, but it's 20 miles one way to Malibu. It is a long drive through a canyon on a busy weekend day. Yes, it's at night. Yes, that will help a little bit. You won't have the typical beach traffic, but it's still a long canyon drive. So that 20 miles will probably take you at least a half hour. And that doesn't count waiting at the restaurant, dropping it off, etc. And then you got to drive all the way back. So you're basically going 40 miles for $18. Yeah, no thank you. I don't know how people in Malibu ever get anything delivered, because I get so many of these delivery offers, and they're so far, and nothing's ever over $20. And it's like, who's going to drive all the way out there? Somebody that doesn't know the area might, but they're only going to make that mistake once. So anyways, yeah. So those are some bad offers that I got. So now here's some good ones. Okay, here's Chick-fil-A, 6 items, 5.6 miles for $12. So that's more than $2 a mile. My Chick-fil-A here is usually pretty quick. I've been burned a couple times, but generally they're quick. And this is also delivering to a neighborhood that's near a lot of other restaurants. So this was a good offer in my eyes, so I grabbed it. And it actually had to hit and tip. It ended up being $13.25, so that was awesome. Anyways, the order's ready. Hop in, get it, and then go drive to the other house. Now, here's another one. So this is Daphne's. This is 8.4 miles for $17.25. It's a little far, I will say. I don't like to go that far normally. But this was late in the lunch hour, and I didn't think there would be a wait. There's not usually a wait anyways, more than a minute or two. But it was also driving to an area that was near a lot of other restaurants. So I went ahead and took it. Excuse me. I don't remember if there was an added tip, but regardless, it was a good tip. That was a good amount. So I was happy with that. Now here's Islands. Islands can be slow. That's interesting. I put the same comment, but it's early. Yes, it was early, 11:51. Before noon, 2.8 miles. So that's more than $3 a mile. It was driving to a normal neighborhood, which was pretty close. So I wasn't too worried, even if I had to wait a little while. It was a quick delivery once I got the food. And actually, they were bagging it up when I got there, so that was good. Islands can be hit or miss. I will never go there during peak meal times because you're going to be waiting there a very long time. But this was before peak lunch time, so I felt pretty confident taking this one. And I think this one even had a hidden tip. I don't remember. Anyways, it was fine. I didn't have to wait a long time, and it was not a far drive. So here's Fresh Brothers, 3.9 miles for $10.25. This is usually a quick pickup also. Their pizza smells so good. I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't eat pizza very often, but this is one that smells really good to me. Anyways, it was delivering back towards my house, which was nice because this was at the end of towards the end of my shift, and I was trying to get back towards my house. So it was heading back in that direction, which was nice. So anyways, it was a normal house, normal easy delivery, $10.25. No brainer there, took that one. So there's some examples of good offers and why I took them. So basically, I want you to look at the entire offer before accepting. Think about the ease of pickup and delivery. Is this restaurant usually prompt? Is the delivery area easy to find? Is parking easy at the restaurant and at the delivery address? Got to think about that. So if you're going to a restaurant that it's very hard to park and you have to park in the boonies and walk way to the restaurant, that adds time to the pickup. If you're delivering to an apartment complex with no guest parking and you're going to have to park really far from the person's apartment and walk, that adds time. So you have to think about all that. Think about the earning potential. Is the restaurant expensive? You're going to get a bigger tip typically from a expensive restaurant versus a Del Taco order. If someone's spending $15 on a few tacos and a drink, they're going to tip less than someone who's buying 6 full-on meals from an expensive restaurant. And this is another thing about knowing your market. Is it delivering to a neighborhood that typically tips well? I know which neighborhoods have people that generally tip. It's funny how it works, but the wealthier the person doesn't mean that they're going to tip. The poorer neighborhoods don't necessarily not tip. They tip also. But I like the kind of middle of the road neighborhoods. I usually get the most tips from those neighborhoods. Will this be a quick turnaround, or will this delivery take a long time? Think about that. How long am I going to sit at this restaurant? Oh my God, they take forever. So you're not going to want to take that offer unless it's worth more money. So think about that also. And how long will it take overall? How long to get to the restaurant park? How far we need to walk to the restaurant? Is the food usually ready at this restaurant? How long do you typically have to wait? How long to the person's house? Is it in a neighborhood that will be easy to find the house? Think about all these questions in your head. You don't have time. First of all, you don't have time to analyze each question individually. But think of these things in these 3 categories: earning potential, ease of pickup and delivery, and how long is it going to take you overall. These are the only 3 things I think of when I look at an offer. I've got a $15 offer and it's going 10 miles or something. I'm thinking, oh my God, that's really, 20 miles, that's less than $1 a mile, and it's going to take me way out there in the boonies. So that $15 offer now is less attractive to me than if I just glance at it, oh, $15 for 10 miles, I'll take that. You have to think about all those things in your head. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll be with it, and the more, the more accurate you'll be with the numbers in your head, the more you do it. And if you know your market, and you know how long it takes to get places, and you know the restaurants, and you know the neighborhoods, I have an advantage. I've lived in this neighborhood many, many, many years. So, I learned how to drive out here. So I've been driving around in this part of town for a very long time. which helps because I know where all the restaurants are. I know how long it takes to get from point A to point B. I know that the typical traffic patterns and which roads to avoid at which time, etc. Those things all help. But yeah. So anyways, that's that for that slide. Let's move on. Oops. Okay, do I ever take the lower offers? Of course I do. One scenario, if it's on my way home. If I'm looking to go home and I'm, out on the other end of town and an offer comes up that should be quick and easy in a restaurant that's, typically there's short wait or no wait for the food and the customer's house is easy to find and there's easy parking, I might take a $7 order. I'm not going to take anything lower than that ever, but I might take a $7. Now, if it's an add-on from the same restaurant, if I'm waiting for the food already and from a restaurant and an add-on comes up for that very same restaurant, if the add-on customer lives past the first customer or in the same neighborhood or on the way directly to the first customer, then I might take a lower offer if it's an add-on. I did take one the other day. It was a $6.25 add-on, I believe. And the add-on person was about, a mile further than my original customer. I felt okay taking that because my first customer was not going to suffer because of that add-on. Now, if the $6.25 person was off in a little bit of a different direction, I would not have taken it because then my original customer who tipped well is going to suffer because of that. So anyways, I think about those things in my head too. It's like, how long is that food going to sit in my car? Who's the app going to want me to deliver to first? And which one is, and I have to think about the efficiency of the deliveries also. I might want to make the original customers get their food first, but if they're way further out, it doesn't make sense to go there and then, jet all the way over to the second person. So you have to think of all these things, but that's another scenario when I will take a lower offer. If I'm already somewhere picking up and I'm delivering already to that neighborhood. And third thing, if there's a high possibility that there's a hidden tip. So DoorDash has changed their whole algorithm and it's hard to tell. But lately I've been getting offers for $7.75 from expensive restaurants with only a few items and going to nicer neighborhoods. If that's the case and it's a short drive, to me it's worth the risk to possibly get a hidden tip. It doesn't always work, however, and you need to be prepared to accept that lower offer. But sometimes I have gotten a significant hidden tip on a $7.75 or a $7.50. I think even $8 I've gotten some pretty good hidden tips. I'm not sure what the magic number is now. So anyways, if I feel like there might be a hidden tip, I'll take one that's a little bit lower. So yeah. So in summary, this is a strategy that works for me in my market. Your experience may differ, but I just wanted to kind of go over what the thought process in my head and how I determine which jobs to accept and which ones to decline. I use this strategy and consistently make over $30 an hour, sometimes way over $30 an hour. Sometimes I'll sit and not have anything for a half hour and then wham, get a couple great ones. You have to be patient. Oh, excuse me. And in some areas I know it's not possible. And you're never going to get these, $15, $20 deliveries. Every area of the country is different. I live in a very nice area, part of Southern California, and people here have money. So, that's just the fact. So if you live somewhere with a lower cost of living, you may not need to make $30 an hour to make it worthwhile for you. Here it is very expensive to live. Gas is close to $5 a gallon, and everything else is just getting higher and higher. So as cost goes up, to live, you need to make more, right? So I'm lucky that this is additional income for me. I do this for extra things. I have a full-time job, and my husband works full-time also, so we don't need to do this. We do it kind of just for extra things. So anyways, yeah. Anyways, let's see. So the last thing here is thank you for watching. Of course, that's important. But I would love for you to comment below with your thoughts, comments, questions, whatever. I love the back and forth, and I love to hear what you have to say. Do you cherry pick? Do you have a better strategy? Do you have anything that you think would help me? How do you go about getting the best offers possible? Do you care? Are you a person just takes whatever that comes and you're happy with it? Share that information. I'd love to read it. Anyways, hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you're making lots of money and stay safe out there.